Good afternoon, pipe smokers. I am enjoying a little bit of God's creation. Woke up this morning and there was a little bit of a dusting of snow on the ground that you may be able to see behind me. And I thought, well, I'm going to go run some errands, have breakfast with my aunt, and afterwards I think I'm going to go and see what the Lord did overnight in dusting the ground. Oddly enough, here in central Ohio, we don't get a ton of snow. That usually is reserved for Cleveland. And we had our first white Christmas in probably 6 or 7 years this year. So when I woke up and saw that there was a layer of snow on the ground, I thought, I have the day off today from work. I'm going to go capitalize, redeem the time. So that's what I'm doing. I don't know if where I'm at they have any no smoking rules, but I figure it's worth the risk. So I brought my Savinelli 614 Porto Cuervo, the nice red finish on the top, rusticated, good faithful little pipe. I really enjoy it. And in it, I am enjoying Capstan Flake Blue Label. This is behind me, the Scioto River, which I've mostly always lived in a town that borders it. Nice little history lot behind the Scioto River, and runs just straight through central Ohio, runs all the way down to the Ohio River, and has a long memory in our country's history and before. It's nice to come down here every now and again and take a look, see these huge trees, one of which my phone is propped up on here to try and get a decent angle of the river. So far, so good. So it's just a nice space. Come and sit and relax. And just take stature of things. Slow down take some time to think about stuff that at some point you were stressed about. And when you look back on it, and I think this is the case with most things, really, if not all. When you look back on it, they really weren't that big. Really didn't have to put so much time and sweat and worry into those things. Because in the end, they end up taking care of themselves. It all ends up working out in one way or another. You know. Yeah, life doesn't stop, but you do need to take account of it. You do need to take a deep breath, and not everything has to be big. Not everything has to be something to get riled up over. You know what I mean? I think you do. I'm probably preaching to the choir, which is fine. I like preaching to the choir. I mean, after all, I do part-time pastoring, so. Yeah, taking stock is good. Because we all face difficulties in life. We all face trials and tribulations. You're not going to avoid them. It's impossible to avoid them. But you got to be thankful for them too. Because in the end, it's those tribulations that make you who you are, build you up, strengthen you. It's not the good times. I mean, those things you can certainly be thankful for and rejoice in those as well. But those don't build you up like the challenges build you up. And there are a lot of people, too, that have had plenty more challenges than I have in my life. I've certainly taken stock of my life and looked at how other people's lives have gone. And boy, I just, for whatever reason, that it is, I'm, taking stock of a life that has been a bit more relaxed. Not quite as many tribulations as some. There's always going to be some that have faced greater challenges. And that's important to understand. You're not the biggest deal out there. I'm not the biggest deal out there. Because this world isn't about me. My dad, when I was growing up, as a typical teenager, angry about things, if I could have gotten paid as a teenager for making mountains out of molehills, I'd be a rich man today. The Lord does not make that an industry so much. Does in certain fashions. But that's not a discussion for today. But my dad would look at me and say, Nathan, don't sweat the small stuff. By the way, it's all small stuff. Of course, as a teenager, I'm just like, whatever, Dad. Sure thing. Probably uttered that time-honored teenage phrase of, you may have been a teenager, Dad, but you weren't a teenager in my day. We have challenges you didn't have, which is true in some regards. But at the same time, when I was a teenager, I wasn't a teenager in his day and age either, and didn't have some of the challenges he did when I was growing up. So it's kind of back and forth. But nothing's new under the sun. Nothing. That's why we take stock and just think about it. Slow down. Listen to the water. And I don't know if you can hear it, but you listen. Listen to the wind going through the trees. Ponder the growth of the trees, and thinking about how big some of these trees are, you consider what's gone on around this tree over its lifespan. Really, those are big thoughts to me. Because like I said, this world isn't about me. So, just take stock. Life is never as bad as you think it is. Even in the extreme tragedies that one may suffer. At the same time, for those that are in the process of going through what may be a tragic moment for them, or a difficult time, reach out and be there for them. Lift them up. Bear their burden with them. Comfort them. Share a pipe with them. Maybe give them that new hobby. If they're not a pipe smoker. Because in the end, life is precious, life is good. And we need to train our children that while things aren't as big a deal as that they can make it out to be, doesn't make it less precious. In fact, taking the time to appreciate it and be thankful for it is what I have found makes it most precious. So, anyway, that's not even what I came out here to talk to you about. So I guess I'll bump that topic for another video. I'm going to ponder some more. And perhaps you can do that with me later on. But I thank you for watching. Appreciate y'all who do, and comment and fellowship with me. Be thankful. Everything is precious. Because it's all a gift. So, enjoy. I will talk to you later. Grace and peace to you.